Walter Reed Hospital should be the crown jewel of our family medical military system. Yet doctors have told me that Memorial Hospital, which is about the same size, started about the same time, just around 1900, is actually more modern and well-equipped as Walter Reed. And despite the fact that Congress, under the leadership of Bill Young, has provided hundreds of millions of dollars to support Walter Reed's programs. Now that's the doctors telling me that. Even worse, we have outpatients at Walter Reed living in the squalor, and both of you know that's unacceptable and have said this. In large part, I believe this is a failure at Walter Reed. The failure at Walter Reed is yet another reflection of the theme that has characterized this war in Iraq from its very beginning. The failure by this administration to plan for the occupation and honestly address the real costs of the war. The administration insisted on closing Walter Reed at a time of war. There was no consideration that casualties would increase and the demands on the medical system would grow because, as the Secretary Rumsfeld testified, we would virtually be out of Iraq in 6 months from the start of the war. I testified to the Base Closure Commission against the proposal to close Walter Reed. I voted against it, and I stand by that testimony today. The consequence of failing to address the needs at Walter Reed are no different than the shortages of body armor, up-armored Humvees, and jammers we found in the summer of 2003. I found the shortage of trained personnel guarding Abu Ghraib that resulted in the horror we uncovered there, the shortage of personnel and equipment that has bedeviled our ground forces here at home, causing them to be at the lowest state of readiness in Vietnam, the shortage of oversight that has led to billions of reconstruction dollars have been squandered in Iraq. I can't even find out from GAO and from the Inspector General of Iraq how many people we have that are contractors in Iraq. They ask us to help them find out how many contractors. The shortage of oversight that has led to billions of reconstruction dollars being squandered in Iraq. The shortage of funds for the war because the administration refused to ask for them. All told, the Congress, under the leadership of Bill Young, has added $145 billion of funds for the war in Iraq and Afghanistan. The administration did not request, and we couldn't get a justification, a good justification for the money. These funds were provided for critical programs, including medical programs at Walter Reed. What's equally disturbing is even after the funds are provided, red tape in the department gets in the way. Congressman Young and I supported an additional $10 million for Walter Reed Amputee Center, and it took 3 years to get the program off the ground. I went out to the Intrepid, a $58 million privately funded building, marvelous technology, everything modern, took them 18 months to get it done. And yet 3 years later, we still don't have the Amputee Center finished at Walter Reed. We supported an increase of $30 million to modernize Walter Reed, and I have in my notes there's no accounting. Well, I just got the accounting for that. Staff just gave me the accounting, and it's all for equipment, none for infrastructure at all. And what I worry about is the BRAC, and I've heard people say BRAC made no difference. I am absolutely convinced BRAC was part of the failure because we didn't want to put money into, or Walter Reed didn't put money into the renovation that needed to be done. That was a mistake to close, to say we're going to close Walter Reed, a mistake, and we knew it. Bill Young, Jerry Lewis, and I knew that this would be a problem. That's why every year we put money in. I think it goes beyond General Kiley. I think it goes beyond General Schumacher. I think it goes to Dr. Chu. Dr. Chu has tried to arbitrarily cut medical funds and thinks that'll keep the cost down. That doesn't keep the cost down. It also goes to the former Secretary of Defense who said we'll do with whatever we have in order to get by. So none of the responsibility lie here. It lies with the administration appointees who, in my estimation, have made a lot of serious mistakes. I have a note that I read today. There's a $500 billion shortfall in infrastructure throughout the whole Army. Now, I don't know if that's an accurate figure, but it gives you an indication of the problems we're going to have down the road in trying to get infrastructure straightened out. And with that, I'll ask Mr. Young if he has a statement.